Hi and welcome back to my channel. Here's a flip through of a junk journal I've just finished, but it sold on Etsy before I had a chance to put this video up. Okay, so the journal measures just over 5 inches by just over 6 inches, or 13 centimeters by about 16 centimeters. Alright, so and the spine is 1.5 inches thick, or 4 centimeters wide. It's got 2 signatures sewn in with the pamphlet stitch, and the closure is a piece of lace. On the front I've put a faux postage stamp, and I've altered some flowers here and stamped on them and inked them and stuff, and put a little bit of bling. And the actual journal is a hard covered book that I gutted, so, and just put a bigger spine in it. So that's the dimensions and the bones of it. So let's take a little flip through. Okay, first page has a little Tim Holtz lady, an Australian flag, a little journal notebook there with fabric cluster on it, and there's a little ticket there. It's, you know, one of those you know, those books that people come around with the raffle tickets. Yeah, well, I've just aged it and put it on some tea dye paper just to make it look like an old ticket, because I don't have any of that sort of stuff. So hey, just use what you've got, you know, use what you can get a hold of and alter it or whatever. Cute little typewriter stamp here. It says, "Your life is a story, write well and edit often." So yeah, the spine was put together with old fabric, and everything in this book, besides scrapbook paper and, you know, tracing paper and paper to journal on, is all taken from old vintage books that I've accessed either from the tip shop, the reuse shop, or the op shop. Okay, so there's no printed papers in this book. It's all authentic pages, which gives it a nice feel. Alright, let's flip through. I've got a little pocket here with a page that I got out of an old book, and it's backed onto some tea-dyed paper for a journaling journaling page. That is tracing paper that I have stenciled onto. Now this, I'll put a link up above on how I made my what did I call them? Scrap cards, or no, junk cards, junk flowers made with the sewing paper. I just stuck that one on here, but I'll link that above and you can go to that and have a look how I did it. This is just an envelope. You can see the postcode thing there, and a little verse that's backed onto some tea dyed paper and sewn around. This is a book that I got pages out of a essential oil book, so you'll see a few of those pages on the flip through here. This paper here is tea dyed paper, and I've just stamped some little memo things and little things you can cut out. Right, there's a belly band here that I've sewn on, and inside this belly band is a little book with the the pages are made from a paper doily. It's very cute. Very, very cute. So that slips back in there. And then you've got, through this book, you'll have the grid paper and different size grid papers and lined paper. Here's the bottom of a paper bag that I've cut open. Notepad. There's just a little pocket. There's actually 2 pockets there. One pocket there and one pocket there. And it's an old book page. I think that one came out of an old arts book or something like that. And there's another one of these here. I got the Fox collection catalogue It's for cross stitch and all sorts of crafts, and I actually cut out a lot of the pictures and made them into faux stamps or whatever. You could use them in that. So that catalogue cost nothing to request and to get sent to you. Some old music paper, dictionary paper. This nice spotted paper. I don't know where I can get that from. My daughter gave it to me and I can't find it since. So if you know, leave a comment for me. This is a book, an old pattern book, sewing pattern book, which has got some pretty graphics on it. Right, journaling spots. More of that essential oil thing. An old recipe book that I taken some pages out of. You might find a recipe there that you like. This here is scratch paper. Now when I'm just grab my other piece and show you. When I'm working on something, I'll put down a piece of I've got a pad here, and it's butcher paper. I think it's butcher paper. Yep, it's butcher paper from Montmartre, because we get a lot of Montmartre brand here, and I just put that down to work on when I'm making something, a card or whatever, or colouring something. And then when I'm finished, I'll test out some stamps on it or do whatever on top, and then I will cut it up for a journal page. So that's looks pretty cool in amongst there. So you might have seen some of these these scratch pages in previous videos. So there's some pages to write on. There's, I don't know, 3 or 4 there. Another piece of scratch paper, another piece of writing paper. That's a to-do list, an old to-do list. A flower here that is similar to the one on the front, and I've just altered it a little and put a little journaling spot on here. And this is a paper napkin that I've glued onto it, and that's onto a piece of tea-dyed paper. Okay, then we come to the middle of the first signature, and that's tied in with a little bead on it. And then we've got, I've got a page journaling little spot on the back here, but this all opens up this page like that. This one's cute with a little bird, so you can journal all on the back of that tea-dyed paper that's been sewn onto. You could tuck something in there or whatever you want to do in there. This is some gingham that I've got on the top of the paper clip. I found in the op shop a whole stack of different coloured gingham, and so pretty. More journaling paper, more scratch paper. So there's quite a few pages to actually write on through here. Even though it looks fat and quite decorated, it's actually not. Some more scratch paper. Here's a little paper clip notepad that I made with a mushroom on it. It's got writing paper on there, and that's another recipe page. And some more of that essential oil book. Writing paper, sitting pretty. That was part of that sewing book. It was like a retro feel one, that one. Pretty cool. More paper, more dictionary paper, music paper. Got a bug page here. I had something on that bug page. Did I know? No. There's a little tuck spot in there with some sewing on it, and a to-do list. Paper bag here with some index cards in it that you can use. Some grid paper. There's a couple of different sizes of grid paper in there. Oh, go away, fly. Tea-dyed paper. The essential oil page. Here's the other side of that envelope with a little another little verse in it, and journaling space on the back. And yeah, that just sits in there. There's the tracing paper, and here's the last page in the first signature. It's got some pretty orange gingham on it, and I made a little pocket like envelope with round see-through window in it, and you can see the little fawn and there's a little verse on the back there. That sits in there, and that's the first signature. Now that's got 100 pages if you count back and front. So this one has another 100. So you've got 200 pages in this little journal. It's quite stacked full, but in saying that, there's a lot of space to write and still do your own thing. The only thing I haven't done in here is add words to it. Like you could print off a page of words and stick them onto things. I think that would actually finish this well, but I didn't want to do that because whoever gets this can add their own words and yeah, to it. So, and make it into their own style of, you know, wording. So let's go to signature 2. You might have seen this in my last, or a couple of videos ago now. It is one of my junk cards, and instead of keeping it, well, it still is a card, but I've backed it onto tea dyed paper for you to journal in, so there's a lot of journal space in there. And then on the back I've added a glassine bag with a little tag in it, little faux glassine bag, and then I've sewn all around it. So that's what I ended up doing with that card, the junk card. And that, remember these little rosebuds here were all made out of sewing pattern paper, the tissue paper, and these were all from an old dictionary that I've been using quite a bit. So, and that was all bought from the tip shop, or the reuse. I keep forgetting it's actually called the reuse shop, but I've been calling it the tip shop. There's some more gingham, and that just sits in there, over there, and it sits down quite flat in your journal, which is one good thing about those little flowers. Yeah, so you can add them into your journal. Okay, let's keep going. There's some scratch paper. You've seen me make that splatter ink in a few videos back. More of the essential oil page I've got here. I got a let's see if I can show you. I got a pack of paper from Lincraft, and it was just all scraps like this. Now I haven't got my Cuttlebug or any of my folders with me to give me some nice embossing things, so I picked up this because there was a lot of embossed paper in here, and just, I mean, they're small bits, but look at that, how pretty is that? And there's all different shapes and colors, and oh gosh, there's so much stuff in here. So I do have a few small dies that I'm going to experiment with that paper, but hey, it was a good pickup, that. So I found a heart in there and made a little pocket. Oops, made a little pocket, and it's just got a little cluster of paper and material, and that's a little faux stamp out of that Fox collection book, and a little feather. Okay, and in there is some more pictures out of that catalogue as well. Alright, let's keep going. And that was an envelope, a tea-dyed envelope that I've cut the end out of. So there's some more grid paper, and I've just included a little paper clip bundle of those pretty little cutouts in there. Here's a piece of lace that I've converted into a pocket, and this was on the top of a pack of stickers I got. Just says Vintage Lady, so I just sewed it onto some tea dye paper and poked it in there. I thought it was cute. I love all these old-fashioned graphics in these vintage books, and they just don't look the same when they're printed. Like, what I mean is the feel of the paper. You know, it's yeah, that's why I like using the old books rather than printing things. Okay, so music paper, some dictionary paper, some more of that spotty paper, and some writing paper. Here is another little belly band with a journaling card in it, and that came off a pack of stickers as well. So you can, when you get a pack of stickers and it's got a vintagey look, or it's got, something, you might be able to use it for a journaling piece of paper, backed with the tea dye and so on, and tuck that in there. It looks quite cute. Alright, here's another one. This one's got a doily pocket, and that one's got a lady from the sewing pattern. I just cut her out, and you can journal around that. And a little bit of lace and safety pin, and pop that in there. That's a little faux ticket. Okay, some more tracing paper, more essential oil page, another recipe, a couple of recipes. You might find something on there you like. A smaller grid paper, and with some writing pages as well. An old page out of an arts book, an old arts book. Yeah, there's some beautiful stuff in that. Another page, another piece of scratch paper, another to-do list, a little lace-edged flap here that opens up, and that's the second middle. That's the second signature middle with another little bead on it. Okay, and that's got another. This came off the back of a stamp set that I bought, and I just turned that into a journaling page as well. And that folds up and out and that way. Okay, you can tuck it all back in together. It's got another paper clip here with some fabric off it, and a to-do list, scratch paper, writing paper. Now this is a little pocket I made. I got an old photo album from the op shop, and it was like 50 cents or something like that. It was ridiculous. It hadn't even been used actually. And so I've just made a little page here, and there's a clear spot, you know, that you can tuck something there, and a clear one here. And as a special little gift, I've tucked in one of my little angels that I'll have for sale also on Etsy. One of my Christmas angels that I've been making. They're altered little people, little girls actually. So they'll be for sale too on my Etsy shop. This one's cute. So keep an eye out for my altered little angels, but this is my gift to you when you buy my junk journal. So I'll just pop her back in there. Okay. And another page of that arts book. Some writing paper, grid paper, another recipe fold out, more of that essential oils book, a piece of tracing paper, a little tab here with a cute little picture of an old-fashioned house. On the back of here is another one of my junk cards, the rolled rose, and I've turned it into a pocket, so I've backed it onto tea-dyed paper so it's a lot more sturdy, and turn it into a pocket in there, and it sits quite flat and still looks effective even flat. So there's an envelope there with a faux stamp in it, and another one there, and more writing paper, more journaling paper, dictionary paper, music paper. There's an old nature book with some bees on it, and another pattern page out of that vintage pattern book, sewing book. There's a paper bag here. It's just got a piece of paper in it that you can journal on, or you can put anything in that. Grid paper, another envelope here with a verse on it that's backed onto tea-dyed paper that you can journal onto. Essential oil page, scratch paper, some plain page there, and that's the end of the second signature. And I've left the actual page on the back of the book here because it just looked really pretty, looked real whimsical. So yeah, that's my junk journal. It's nice and healthy and blooming already, but in saying that, there's still plenty of space to make it your own. Like I said, I think I would The most thing I would do to this now would be to add some words and make it come to life like that. Some, you know, feature words that say journey or love or whatever. That's the only thing I have not put in this journal. So I hope you've enjoyed that flip through. Lots of little things poking out and around, and yeah, if you want to, you can pop over to my Instagram. I have a new Instagram page. I'll have it over there as well. And I'd love you to join me on Instagram. And yeah, and that's my video. So I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and press that notification bell. And yeah, share the love, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.